Good evening. Thanks for staying with us for this news hour. I'm Elsa Gillis. The superintendent of Louisiana State Police, Colonel Mike Edmondson, has been thrust into a different limelight recently after a new law gave him a pension boost given to almost no one else. And now we're learning of another perk he enjoys, and this perk isn't exclusive to him. Tonight, KTBS 3 investigates your hard tax dollars at work paying for state officials' housing.
This is the Residential Conference Center on Independence Boulevard in Baton Rouge. Otherwise known as the Colonel's Home, it's the house of Colonel Mike Edmondson, Superintendent of State Police. You may be interested to know that it's well taken care of because you're paying for it. Since 2010, Louisiana taxpayers have spent over $34,000 repairing and maintaining the home. That doesn't include utilities, but does include everything from the cable bill to sheets for the bed to repairing the toilet. Janitorial services are provided by inmates from the Louisiana prison system, something they do for many state buildings. One inmate is assigned to the home each day. Meanwhile, Colonel Edmondson has made over $134,000 each year for the past 5 years as Superintendent of State Police. So you could say the house is a perk. But according to Captain Doug Kane, the Public Affairs Commander for Louisiana State Police, we should consider that salary in the context of Edmondson's responsibilities. Edmondson is responsible for nearly 3,000 employees and oversees a budget of almost $500 million. So this home is one way to further compensate him and to carry on a tradition. The first Colonel's home was originally built in the 1950s when the Superintendent of State Police and his family were getting death threats. And when the new Louisiana State Police complex was built, our leaders chose to rebuild the Colonel's home there.
Captain Kane tells KTBS the home can be used by the state if they need it for a variety of purposes. But this isn't the only housing you're helping to pay for.
About 20 minutes down the road are what's well known as the Pentagon Barracks. Since the 1700s, the barracks have been won and lost by the Spanish, the French, and the British. After the Civil War, it was turned over to Louisiana State University, and today it houses reception and office space for Lieutenant Governor Jay Darden and private apartments for select state legislators. Being a state-owned building, the barracks are maintained on the taxpayer's dime. Members of the legislature do pay rent, but rates are considerably lower than what is commonly available in Baton Rouge. Rates vary from $185 a month to $625 a month for 1- and 2-bedroom apartments, utilities included. That's a pretty sweet deal compared to what 1-bedrooms typically go for in the capital, about $700 to $1,000 a month. That's according to a rental expert from the area. Members of the Louisiana legislature make $16,800 a year, with another $6,000 for expenses and $149 a day per diem. And that's, of course, just for their job as a legislator. Even if a legislator was paying the highest rent, $625 a month, by his or herself and paid it for 12 months out of the year, something not all of them do, it would amount to an annual rent bill of $7,500. So while our tax dollars do go towards some projects we all benefit from, there are some quiet perks that only help a select few live quite well.
As we reported, Colonel Edmondson has recently been caught in the middle of a legal controversy. A last-minute law created behind closed doors was signed by the governor, giving a big retirement boost to 2 state police employees, including Edmondson and no one else. The Louisiana State Police retirement system hired outside counsel to determine the constitutionality of the law, and their attorneys found the bill was passed in an unconstitutional manner. Their legal counsel recommends that the LSPRS refuse to pay the benefits. If Edmondson and the other trooper challenge that, it would become the Attorney General's responsibility to defend the law. Edmondson has already said he will not accept the boost.